Hey, it's Dave Lawrence. How are you? I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for tuning in for this. It's very special to talk with this cat. This is a guy whose career I've admired for a very long time, and I was introduced to his talents by my great mentor, Mark Parento, and it's a thrill to be speaking with him right before he does Pipeline Cafe here in Honolulu. It's the Lovemaster himself, Craig Shoemaker. Aloha, brother.
You think so much of me that that's the camera that you have? He says, do you mind if she takes photographs? I'm thinking, it's like an official photographer will come in with a lighting tree and everything else, and a light meter. And then, you know what the camera is? Let me just describe this to the audience.
Please do.
It's a flip cell phone from the late 90s. And that's the camera that's taking the shots right now with a dim light back here because there's a lot of pot smoking that goes on in this room.
Well, it's Mr. Totally Baked, so it'd only be appropriate.
We're in an opium den right now with this camera taking pictures of me while she's making phone calls at the same time.
How are they turning out? Are they turning out all right?
She's cocking her head like a bird right now, trying to see it. So I'm thinking that's probably not a good shot. I probably won't be using this on the cover of my website.
Well, it's for my website. It's for my blog. But I got my
That's
keeper.
Perfect, because we know yours is blurry.
It's a keeper because I already got my keeper with you yesterday.
Oh, we have a good photo of us yesterday?
I had a great picture when you were on the Andy Bumatai show.
Oh, yeah. That was a classic. Who was that guy on before me?
Ron Jacobs.
Wow. And people used to listen to him?
He was warming it up for you.
He was not breastfed. That is a desperate man for attention. I've never seen anything like it. Even my 10-year-old calls me and he says, Dad, get that guy off. He's putting WD-40 under his armpits. He was watching him on the internet back in L.A.
You haven't seen your performance then from that, or your performance, your appearance?
I have not seen my appearance. My son was ripping on me, though. And he said other people were... I can't stand that about the internet. Because people could just take pot shots at you.
Oh, I know. I hate that. Right. They can get right on. The chat starts to go in whatever way anyone decides.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're calling me old and stuff. Because I said that my wife is pregnant. And they said, what is she, like 22? Right. Like acting like I'm old. And I'm not like Scotty from Star Trek who had a kid at 80. You know.
You don't look old, though, man. You've like, I was telling Faye that before we came. I was like, this guy, I don't know what he's doing to keep himself looking this way, but he looks unchanged after all these years.
As I cough up a lung.
But I was curious. You mentioned something to Andy, and I didn't hear all of it. How many times? What's your history with the islands?
This is about my 50th time here. And
you're kidding?
No, I'm not, man. I was conceived here. My dad was in the service, and that was when my mom and dad got along. You know, why not with Hawaii?
And they
should have stayed here.
And so you were born.
They might have stayed together. I was born in Philadelphia, though.
And they were what branch of the service?
He was in the Navy, and he apparently they're still friends with him. As a matter of fact, we'll see them this weekend. My mom's coming to visit me. They're still friends with another couple that they were hanging with there, where my father would like make the guy paint the buoys, and my father would sit there smoking cigarettes. You know, typical for him. He has his own cult today.
Is he back in Philly?
No, he's up in the Pocono Mountains of Philadelphia, outside of Philadelphia. And
is he more of a Geno's or Pat's guy?
No, he's not a Philly guy. He's in the mountains. He has his cult.
Yeah, but you're from Philly.
They cook for him. So, Babs probably makes the cheesesteaks for him. Or Judy. Or Ann. Or whoever's in his harem today.
So he's not like a Philly boy?
Well, he grew up in Philly, and now he's a mountain man. And he has this harem of women. It's a long story. Running mule rides in the Pocono Mountains.
I know that Poconos.
Yeah, he feeds the cult by mule rides.
That's crazy.
He says, I'm the king of the Poconos. You can be part of my empire. I go, what am I going to be, prince of the Poconos? I can't wait to inherit the mules.
Well, it makes sense. I guess that's why you're the Lovemaster.
He's the original Lovemaster.
Right. Is that where you get it?
Well, actually, one time I was performing up there at Caesars in the Poconos, and I was signing autographs, and each person, as they would leave me, he would sign them up for a mule ride and say, tell them who the real Lovemaster is. Look at all these women I'm with. And I guess he's right.
They have Caesars. They've really developed that place now, huh?
Well, Caesars, being the Nostradamus that they are, were betting on gambling. So they bought all these properties back in the early 80s, but they never passed the gambling, so they had to make them into these resorts with like 10-foot high champagne glass jacuzzis.
Oh, so the idea was they had hoped they were going to do gambling up in the Poconos, and now they have
Exactly. Now, the only gamble they took was letting my father stay there.
I used to ski there a lot when I was a kid.
Me too.
Camelback.
Jack Frost, Big Boulder, and Camelback. Absolutely.
So when you were in Philly, though, were you more like Geno's or Pat's or Jim's?
Jim's. I'm glad you said that. Everybody always goes Gino, Pat's. I'm a Jim's guy with the corn-fed beef.
Yeah, you got it.
You have to have the corn-fed beef, and Big Arms has to make it.
That same black dude has been doing it.
Been doing it. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
30 years.
My friend Stein, he goes, I'm scared of Big Arms. He goes, Big Arms, if you don't say the right thing, he's gonna attack you. So you have to say without, and which means with sauce or with cheese. You
do whiz or do you do provolone?
I go whiz, bro. I go with the whiz. You got to go with the whiz.
See these Philly guys, I know how to wind them up.
Jay Leno used to do a bit. He goes, I just want to know how much whiz is in the cheese whiz. I'm not saying it was genius material, but I do remember it.
So any other real Philly connections that are still strong for you? You get the region. The more you loosen up, the more the regionalism comes out. It's funny to hear.
Oh, you hear my accent? Yeah.
Well, I have it too. The O's. I mean, it's weird.
Where'd you grow up?
I'm from Wilmington.
Oh, you got that? Yeah, that's a bad accent too. That's
Bidenville.
That's between Baltimore and Philadelphia. Drink some water and have a hoagie. A hoagie. I love to go back and listen to the sports radio stations because if there's a player or a coach that they don't like that has a bad vowel sound, like for years it was Rich Kotite's gotta go. Eric Lindros blows.
Right.
That's classic Philadelphia.
That O's thing.
Oh yeah,
it's an O's thing.
My favorite was the Mummers. They used to have a thing called the Mummers. Do you remember the Mummers?
Oh yeah, of course.
It was a string band.
Oh, the Mummers parade was huge.
Yeah, a bunch of drunk guys going up and down Broad Street wearing plumes,
dressed as women.
Dressed as women. They didn't allow no women have ever been in that parade, and yet plenty have been in there, which is really funny when you see someone dressed as a ballerina with giant plumes on, and then she's taking a leak because she had so much beer.
There's a lot of drinking.
On the whole lot of
Broad
drinking.
Street. Right.
Oh, those golden slippers. Oh, they do the same routine every year, and people go nuts for it. It's been around for like 100 years.
We were just there in the Philly area in December, and they were having a fight with the city because the city was trying to stop the funding for the security for the parade, and they were trying to make them pick up the bill, and the bill is huge. It's not a small thing. It's like $500,000 or more, for every segment of the parade route. I never realized what a huge money thing it was just to do security for the Mummers.
That's security just for the bands.
Not to mention the drunken and disorderly crowd.
If Fur Coast String Band loses, they'll come after you with the xylophone.
My dad used to take me up there as a kid. He thought it was this cultural thing from his youth, but it was really how you described it. It was just everybody pissing up against walls and drinking everywhere in public.
Oh yeah, it's a chance for the woo people to come out. Woo! The vein neck woo people, and they're going crazy for the same song, the Golden Slippers. That's you heard. Oh, those golden slippers. How many different ways can you see it or hear it with different feathers and stuff? And they have the funnies and then they dress them up. Then there's the dress up ones, and then there's the string band. They judge them all.
The costumes are so elaborate too.
Oh yeah.
Where did you first break?
Philadelphia.
So it was there.
Yeah.
How far along the line, I guess, was Mark and WBCN? Because it seemed to me like when you emerged on BCN on the radio, you were still you were an unknown thing. It was almost like he was debuting it, if you will, for people. Yeah,
he and about 5 or 10 other DJs throughout the country got a hold of my album, which I'm very proud. It just went cardboard, and. It could go tin now that all the people are going to hear this.
You used that same bit on Andy's show.
Well, that's why you didn't laugh? Because you heard it before? What do you think, I'm going to write all new jokes about the Mummers? I'm Mr. Ad-Lib over here? But they got a hold of the album, and it was my first one. It was with Universal, and they put it on the air, and I actually, once I came to Boston, I'm going, how am I drawing so much? And they said, well, there's this guy named Mark Parento who was with the Aerosmith and everything else. They said he really got into you, and he put you out there in the Lovemaster, and it all took off. Same with Gino Michelini in L.A.
Yeah, so was gonna say. So really, you started doing the stand-up bit in the Philly area. Then within a very short time, it was Mark playing it on BCN. That sort of. I mean, was there another city that you launched out of Philly that was really the very first place where that Lovemaster thing took off?
Well, actually, I moved out west, and there was a guy in San Jose who said, that Lovemaster character, you should start calling yourself the Lovemaster. And you know what? I owe that guy like a house.
Who is that?
His name's Tony Monica. I just went up and flew up for his 60th birthday party. His Rooster T. Feathers. He was the first person to sort of like in a, very P.T. Barnum way say, this is how you promote this. Yeah, because there's comedians, listen, there's a lot of great funny comedians. And yet what separates you is people that remember your name. I always want to do a bit about my name, Shoemaker. I was raised by elves. I don't know what I'm going to do, because people make it in a mocker. They mispronounce it. They put a umlaut like I'm off the boat from Austria, or they'll say Greg or Chris Schumacher. It's Craig Shoemaker. It should be simple, but it's not. So Lovemaster, though, that they mess up. Are you the Lovemeister? Are you the Lovemaker? Yeah, right. But it is something memorable. And
it's an identity.
It's a very short part of my act. I do an hour and 40 on stage a night. Every show is hour 30, hour 40, and it's only like 6-7 minutes is the Lovemaster, but people remember it.
And when you go to your website, craigshoemaker.com, the Lovemaster has such prominence right there. I mean, it's really become, it's like an alter ego thing. I mean, I remember when it happened at first thinking, oh, this will just be one little thing. Yeah. And all these years later, it's wild, because even though it's just that small part of your bit, it's a pretty big thing.
Well, yeah, because it's memorable for people. And you know what it is? Every guy wants to be the Lovemaster, and every woman really wants the Lovemaster, but they're afraid to admit it. Because it all evolved because I was a geek in high school, which I'm sure you were too, right? And that's what really girls want. They want a badass. They always say they want a nice guy. I tried the nice guy route, and they all use the F word, friend. I was always their friend, and I didn't like it, so I became the Lovemaster. And sure enough, I've had actually girls that have slept with me. They say, be the Lovemaster.
Right. Wait, I was wondering, how did the thing with Farrah Fawcett evolve into? I mean, it's sort of like there is a signature film, if you will. There is like the story has a bunch of different elements, and not just the stand-up. There is a movie. Well,
there's the Lovemaster movie. As a matter of fact, Farrah Fawcett was in it. George Wendt, Courtney Thorne-Smith, my buddy from AC/DC's in it. Anyway, Farrah was rehearsing with me, and I said, like all these people got on board for like $100. It was like nothing. I couldn't believe they were doing the movie. So I got in the car with her to rehearse this car scene, and I was practically calling her Miss Fawcett. Thanks for doing my movie, Miss Fawcett. She goes, shut up. I just want to know if that Lovemaster's real. And she reaches over, and there was no horn in my crotch. She reaches over and I wasn't ready for my close-up, so to speak. I was so nervous. It's Farrah Fawcett. I had an innie. I mean, there was nothing there. But then I was ready later. But then she wasn't. But anyway, yeah, she did the movie, and I did scenes with her and all these other people. It's all how the Lovemaster was evolved. From this kid who used to feel fat men's breasts. My fat friend Steiny were the first breasts I ever felt. I was not getting action in school.
So from that, I got to think, when I think of where you're at today with Totally Baked, does that mean you were puffing like mad?
I did a lot of puffing back then, but what was weird was it made me into an idiot. I mean, that's the thing. I started comedy. My first comedy bit ever was celebrity smoking pot, and the whole bit was just basically like my friends would go, "Here you go, Jimmy Stewart," and I go, "Well, that's some damn good reefer right there. Well, they need some of this in Bedford Falls. That's a wonderful life." And they would go, "Here you go, Barney Fife. Oh yeah, this is good reefer. Do a little tootski wootski. How about it, Floyd? Floyd's the dealer here in Mayberry. Who is it? That's good stuff, Andy. That's damn good reefer right there, Floyd. I got the munchies."
So it started.
That was my first act, was celebrity smoking pot, and it ended with Curly from Three Stooges on the floor twirling around stoned.
So there's like a huge connection between you getting stoned and the origination of you as a voice guy.
Me as a comedian, because everything's funny when you're high. My friends would go, "That was funny. You should write that down." I write it down. I thought it was brilliant. I find this note the next day. I go, "Hamster nipples. What the hell does that mean?" But the night before, it killed me. "Don't say it again. I can't breathe. Hamster nipples. You're killing me." And that's what we do. We smoke pot with my grandmother. I mean, everything was funny, back then.
Right.
But then I realized, after you're not high, you realized I was laughing for no reason whatsoever.
So when did you come up with Totally Baked?
Well, excuse me.
Speaking of,
I don't smoke pot anymore. My kid asked me, I was singing a song, Joker, Smoker, Midnight Toker, Steve Miller. And he says, "What's a toker?" And I said, "Well, it's someone that smokes pot." He's a kid. He goes into the kitchen. He pulls out a pot, and he goes, "How do you smoke that, Dad?" And I'm like, "Oh, well, we tried. Believe me, I tried to smoke everything." So he started asking me about pot. I said, "Well, what do you tell your kids?" And so in the movie, I wrote the movie basically about an exploration of what's pot really about. Why is it illegal? Why is it demonized? What's the history of marijuana? And what do you tell your kids? And it's this really wacky thing we made.
It's very wacky.
You've seen it?
No, I was looking at I went to your site and I watched that trailer today. A very long trailer too. I like that you put a real trailer on there. It's like an extensive.
Yeah. Well, because it's a movie that has everything. It's a potpourri, if you will. It's a pot-umentary. It covers everything about marijuana, and we turned my son. I made him into a 15-year-old hot chick, because that's what people want to see. So I wrote the script where she asks her dad if he ever smoked pot, and while he's high. It's a long story, but it's these medical marijuana activists. They are on the lam from the law, and they hold these debate club guys hostage. They're having a debate club reunion from their college,
right,
and they hold them hostage, and they teach them lessons on why it should be illegal. And it's a pretty cool thing. We have like 110 actors in it, and a lot of famous ones. I'm sure you recognized it.
It looked like quite a production. What's the National Lampoon? Did they come to you, or you went to them? How do you?
Well, it was originally with the National Lampoon. I'm surprised you'd say that, because their name's been removed from it.
Well, on the clip, it shows it at your website.
It does? It shows National Lampoon? Oh, great.
Well, you hadn't been to the site, so you wouldn't know.
No, I don't go to my own site. Is this my site?
Yeah, your site, when you look at your watch clips, and then you see the promo clip for that. And, at the end, the whole banner.
Okay, well, that's going to come off now, but thank you for that tip. No, National Lampoon was originally with it, and I actually wrote it with them in mind. I made it real bawdy and crazy. Wow. I have, naked women in it, which was really weird to cast, by the way. I'm a guy in a minivan. I got kids. I'm rolling up to a strip club with a hunk of 20s, and I would have a lap dance, and I'd say, "While you're down there, can you read this script?" I was like a typical producer, because they really had to say a lot of lines, difficult lines, these strippers. So there's naked women in it. It's just really bawdy and nuts. It's just, we got John Oates makes an appearance from Hall & Oates, but just him, not Hall. So I played Hall, and then we didn't have a wig, so I had this girl put her head above mine, so I could use her hair. He didn't have a mustache. We cut the director's hair and slapped it on Oates' lip. I mean, it's just a crazy movie, and it's better if you're stoned if you watch it.
Is that the one that AC/DC helped you with the music?
I sent it to my friend Brian. He's my old buddy from AC/DC, and he's the lead singer. He went nuts for it. He loves it, and he wrote 3 original songs, and it's really it was really great of him. He became executive producer. We opened up the files again, and it looked like it wasn't going to do that well, and then Universal picked it up, and now it's Walmart has 36,000 copies of Totally Baked, which I know they must have thought it was a cooking film with Bobby Flay.
Right, that's
Did I say that on Andy Boomatai yesterday too.
And it sounded good then too, though, Craig. It was good. People can go to CraigShoemaker.com and take a look at the promo for it under Watch Clips. I want to end with something. If you would give a plug for LaughterHeals.org, which is your organization.
Well, what it is it was inspired because my best friend has brain cancer. He directed the Lovemaster movie, and he wrote Cool Runnings and Little Giants. Great guy, brain cancer. But he's had it, now he's survived like 7 years, and I used to take him to these aftercare facilities, and it's really depressing. And I said, this is a guy who loves to laugh, and they give him 3 choices in the channel, and it's Maury Povich, and, Who's Your Baby Daddy, and Jerry Springer. That's what he was watching. I'm thinking he's going to rip the tubes out. Who wants to live and watch this crap? So we bring audio-visual stuff into the patients now, with comedy materials, and that laughter is so good for you. It oxygenates your body, healing endorphins are released, and stress is relieved, which is a big disease causer. And laughter is really, really good for you. And we have a documentary that we're making right now called Live to Laugh, Laugh to Live. And my partners are amazing. The guy from The Secret and the other guy produced Crash and Gods and Monsters. So, he's a double Oscar winner. So we really, it's positioned to do very well. If you know anybody with money, by the way, it's all we're looking for. But it's all about the healing powers of laughter. We're going to take 7 patients with various illnesses through laughter programs and then take them on a pilgrimage around the world where they already get the concept. They have 1,500 laughter clubs in India.
Has like a clinic.
Yeah, instead of going to Starbucks for coffee, they go and they laugh, and it makes them better.
I think it's really cool when I saw that at your site. You have a photograph with that gentleman, too, at laughterheals.org.
Yeah. Well, no, that's another guy. He was the head of Laughter Heals, and he died. He got cancer, and he died, so that was very sad as well. He was so behind the cause and everything, and I put all my own money into it in the Laughter store as well, where you can buy laughter goodies, because I would visit him at the hospital, and what are you going to bring somebody? Flowers that die? And they're thinking, I'm going to die with the flowers. You bring them like a fart machine. Now, why would you not do that, right?
It's a great connection.
Control, yeah. And you put it under your neighbor's ass, whoever you're sharing the room with, and you have the remote control, and they think he has gas problems.
You're bringing them good times.
Exactly. DVDs of comedians, funny joke books to read on the toilet. This is what the Laughter store does. So that's my whole goal in life, is laughter's the best medicine. Open up and say, ha, 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 ha. That's what I think people need to laugh more, and I think that's what's going to help our society as well. I know that's what my passion is.
Well, that's really cool of you to do. I just wanted to acknowledge it as part of the interview, because when I read about it on your site, I was like, wow, it's really cool of Craig to be giving back like that. And I wish you good luck on your appearance on The View, too, which is coming up. Yeah,
I'll be with all the ladies. Whoopi's the one she's helped my career more than anybody, and I haven't seen her in years, so this would be really nice to see her and everybody there. Joy Behar, we started the Comedy Corner together, and so it's been a while, but I'm looking forward to going back there.
Well, it's great to catch up with you again, Craig, and thank you for being willing to take some time to talk with me. I remember the first time I got to meet you, it was like 13 years ago or something like that, back at BCN.
Well, it's good to talk to you too, and I'm sure it's only you I'm talking to. I don't even know if this is being recorded.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, brother.
Aloha, this is Craig Shoemaker, the Lovemaster, baby. I have a reminder for you that my friend Dave Lawrence is grateful that you're a part of the show with us. Thanks for cruising with Dave. Love on, baby. Aloha, this is comedian Craig Shoemaker, the Lovemaster, baby. And you're listening to the only show that matters with my friend Dave Lawrence. Oh, yeah. He's a junior Lovemaster. Aloha, this is Craig Shoemaker, the Lovemaster, baby. And we're celebrating my friend Dave Lawrence's favorite time of day. Happy 420, Brother Dave. Aloha, this is Craig Shoemaker, the producer, writer, and star of Totally Baked. And that's no cooking film with Bobby Flay. We're celebrating my friend Dave Lawrence's favorite time of day. Happy 420, Brother Dave. Now go get Totally Baked. I mean the movie. Go get it at the store.